Man, so the wedding yesterday, so much love. Holy cow. So much love. Awesome. I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm going to use frankincense, doTERRA frankincense. Hi, Justin. 2 drops in my hand. So what I've been noticing is, I do distance healings for people, and what's been cool about distance healings, I mean, I love in-person stuff, of course, but what's cool about the distance healings are, and if you want to just open right now to receive, hi, you guys, open to receive healing in your highest best interest from the highest and holiest source, creator energy, or God, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll just start while I chat. So what happens with distance healings that doesn't happen with in-person. In-person, people want to tell you their stories, and then, hey, in-person, people want to tell you their stories. All right, I'm going to tap. So I just follow along tapping. So people want to tell you their stories because they want to tell you why they don't want to be powerful. They want to tell you why their life isn't the way they want it to be. And I get it. And I'm a friend. I have friends. I can understand. I totally understand. Hey, Laura. I can understand why people want to tell me their stories, but in the distance healings, it's just a simple text. This time, this day, their name, their age, where they are in the world. We may have somebody from China in here. We'll see. But it is it's 9 a.m. and I got a text at 4 a.m. his time, so he's probably asleep. But anyway, very cool. The distance healing seemed to go quicker in a way. Now, so tapping, I'm just gonna tap through, and you don't have to say any words, like setup statement and the deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can just tap and breathe, and if you have an oil, that's awesome. This doTERRA is my favorite. Don't drink, well, I didn't drink oils that aren't doTERRA. So I just took 2 drops of frankincense oil, but I wouldn't just drink essential oil I wasn't sure about. So welcome everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. So what we're doing here, why you're here, you might not even know why, but you're here to raise your vibration. And when you raise your own vibration, you raise the collective vibration. So the collective vibration is all of us. And as we raise the collective vibration, everybody has more calming, peaceful existence. Now, everybody, well, not everybody, but the trap is you wanna help other people by helping them think like you, or helping them see something, waking them up to some truth that you're sure of. And I understand it. But if you ever woke someone up that didn't ask you to wake them up, are they ever happy about it? Or are they mad at you? So the answer is easier for us too. The answer is we raise our own vibration. We come together in communities like this one. This is a community. There's other people raising vibration in a different way, whatever resonates with you. Very cool. So whatever way resonates with you to raise your vibration, there's all different communities. So as we raise our vibration, we have a positive effect on the collective vibration. Okay, so Here on the Renegade Yogi page, we just do these healing meditations, and maybe you don't realize, like, you just know you feel better, or you just know you want to feel better. All right. So, all right, I'm just going to start. I'm just going to read you what I wrote. I took notes here before I started. So if you can just, let's have you sit in a comfortable position. You can lay down, but really sitting is more optimal, but you don't have to sit with your legs in a pretzel. That's not, you don't have to do that for meditation. And so there's a lot of excitement, which is good. And I want to mention that the energy of anger, okay, when you find yourself getting angry, your spirit is just telling you through your emotion of anger in your heart that whatever is going on, you need a thicker boundary. So you get mad at someone, or you can get mad at a situation, something that happened. It's so good to see all these new people. You get angry. Your spirit's telling you you need a thicker boundary on whatever it is. And that's all it is. So that you don't want to block your feelings. But what happens is your ego thinks, if I allow myself to feel anger, if I let myself feel sad's a good one. Think, if I start crying, I'm gonna cry forever. I'm just gonna cry forever. I'm never gonna stop. But that's where tapping is so good. You feel your emotion, but you feel it to release it. And first, you want to put your spirit in charge. So the good news for everyone is it's both easier and harder to raise your vibration and raise the collective vibration. You don't have any control over other people. You can only control yourself. So that's why this whole, it sounds like, so I say, I bless you, I forgive you, I respect your free will choice, and I love you. And I don't need that back from you. And so that disconnects me from all your drama and stress. And so what we're going to start doing, not tonight, but I want to just give people an idea. What we're going to start doing is busting up the spectrums. So if you think of a spectrum, and you can look at like, Democrat on one side and Republican on the other side, and you think if you're an independent, you're in the center. You think if you're an independent, you're not on a side. But the thing is, you're still on that spectrum. So you're in the center of the spectrum. And it's not until you take yourself off the spectrum that you can truly look at everybody on there. I know people who are in the middle of that spectrum, and they want everyone to stop fighting. Oh, and if you haven't, a lot of people are new. So I burp and yawn when I'm clearing. There we go. So there's a little burp, but I just let them rip once I start meditating. So anyway, just so you know. So if you're on the spectrum, even if you're an independent, you just wish the Democrats and the Republicans would stop fighting, or the liberals and the conservatives, if you just wish they'd stop fighting, your energy is still on that spectrum going to the fight. And even though maybe the left wants the right to think like them and the right wants the left to think like them, but even the people in the middle, the independents, even the independents want the left and the right to think like them. So you're still on the spectrum somewhere, even if you're in the middle. Okay. So we're going to start busting up these spectrums. But you always have the choice to stay on the spectrum exactly where you are, or move and try a different thing on the spectrum. This is your life, and I respect your free will choice to play in your life with these different spectrums and things and ways of being. So the more you can rise above the spectrum and just hold that blessing, forgiving, respecting the free will choice, and loving all the people on whatever spectrum that you can do that for, the higher your vibration is, and the less Well, the higher your vibration, okay, it does a lot of stuff. First of all, it raises your vibration, so it's going to raise the collective, because anytime you raise yours, you raise the collective vibration. Okay, another thing it's going to do is it gives you more peace and more ease, less stress, less drama, less anxiety. That all goes down. So, and it also reduces your resistance. So I don't need anybody. So if I'm able to look down on the left-right spectrum and I'm able to just love everybody on there all the same, respect everybody all they're on the same, then I don't have resistance to anything that any of them are doing. And I can choose to look at them or not look at them, but they are in the world with me, and I do listen. I listen to all of them. If I have a question, why do those people feel like this, or why do those people feel like that? There's so many resources. There's so many ways. So many. I like Twitter because Twitter has echo chambers. So it's easy to, if you really want to know why someone thinks the way they do, it's very easy to find. People name their channels after their echo chambers. So it's easy to figure out why somebody feels the way they do. So if you really want to know, you can. But somebody today that I heard called Twitter the bathroom wall, like it's graffiti. I thought that was funny. Okay. But what happens as you do this, if you can start keeping those renegade yogi principles in front of your face all the time, keep them in the front of your mind, like my life's easier because it doesn't matter what human being is coming towards me. I already know I love that person. I already know that I forgive them for whatever they've done. I already know, that I respect their free will choice. So I disconnect from the drama of hoping that they think like me or hoping that they like me because they might hate me. And I respect their free will choice to hate me. If I need them to like me, then I'm not respecting their free will choice. So I'm hurting myself, multiple ways. But when you keep these 4 principles in front of you, then the world completely shifts. It completely changes. And the way it does it is people are entertaining for me now. So if you know George Carlin, the comedian, he's passed, but he was on the Dennis Miller show, and I'm just going to start doing this healing. So if you just joined, if you didn't hear me say it, just open to receive healing in your highest best interest. Just say, I open now to receive healing in my highest best interest from the highest and holiest source, creator, energy, or God, whatever word you want to use. But we always stay in the center of the big white spotlight of the highest and holiest source, creator, energy, or God, if you call it God, whatever you want to call it. This is non-denominational. This doesn't go against any religion that I know of anyway. So if you can grow a root from your tailbone down to the center of the earth, just relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Some people are not really breathing at all. So everybody take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Inhale through your nose. Deep, big belly. Expand your belly big. That's why the Buddha is depicted with a big belly. And then slowly exhaling through your mouth. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Inhale one more time through your nose. And note the pause at the top of the breath. Don't exhale yet. Note the pause. And just come into this moment just as it is. You're right here, right now, on this live stream, enjoying other people. And slowly exhale through your mouth. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. And what this is, what we're doing here, it's a quantum healing, which means you can watch this as many times as you feel like. You can send it to people if you want, whatever you want to do. And whoever watches this gets the benefit of a healing. You don't have to be participating on the live stream at that moment in order to get the benefits. Okay. So there's a few of you with your shoulders really like hunchy forward. So just push your shoulders back and down. Good. Back and down. And then, so you want your heart chakra open, because we're in the center of the big white spotlight of God, the highest and holiest source creator. So it's safe to open your heart chakra in this divine healing white light. So you're grounded. If you have a hard time with a visual, you just say in your head. You don't have to say it out loud. There we go. So it's, you just say, I'm grounded, I'm grounded, I'm grounded. And you just say it with your whole 100% intention. Good. Good. Let's do one more inhale through your nose. And exhale slowly through your mouth. And what we're doing here is not a sit still type of thing, okay? So your body may need to move your head around or, shake your head left or right. So your body may tell you to move. So just go ahead and follow your body's advice. So let it move. If my head moves left or right, that's me. That's how I clear resistance. So resistance is where all pain comes from. If you don't resist anything, if anything in the whole world could happen to you and you're like, okay, well, that's what's happening. All right, well, that's happening now. That is, if you could have zero resistance, which I don't know anybody that's got zero resistance. I just don't. So zero resistance would give you 100% presence. Okay, so zero resistance means that you could be 100% present, 100% calm, relaxed, and then really like enjoying your physical life. Okay, and for new people, hello, ladies. Just open to receive healing in your highest best interest from the highest and holiest source creator or God, whatever energy you want to. So George Carlin was on an old show. He was on a show with, he went on Dennis Miller's show. Dennis Miller used to be on Saturday Night Live, and he was the newscaster. And he said to George Carlin, how do you do it, George? He says, you and I think alike, but I'm so cynical and you still have your sense of humor. How do you do it, George? And George Carlin said, because Dennis, he says, I'm on a cloud looking down on everybody, not condescending looking down, but like I'm up on a cloud looking down and, I'm watching everybody. This was during a war, one of the wars. I can't keep them all straight. And he says, watching people kill each other, he's like, it has nothing to do with me. He says, you're in it. He goes, you're down there, you're in it. And it hurts you because you're like, stop, no. He says, I'm just looking at it from the cloud I'm on. And I'm like, whatever, kill each other all day long, whatever you want to do. And when I heard him say that, it was like somebody punched me in the heart. And I was like, oh my God, because, George Carlin was a hippie and he's, but what I understood and because I'm empathic, but what I could feel was George Carlin had been so saddened by the war and people still fighting and they're still not getting it, that he ended up having kind of an epiphany, like, you know what? If that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. And this is what I mean with the Renegade Yogi stuff, by staying above the spectrum and just not looking down condescendingly, but looking down, on the spectrum, even the people in the center of the spectrum, those people want the two polar opposites to think like them also. So every single person on any spectrum is using their energy to stay in the fight. So they're not doing the Renegade Yogi stuff of I bless you, I forgive you, I respect your free will choice to think like you do, or behave like you do, and I love you. And in so doing, and I don't need that back from you, but in doing those 4 principles and practicing those 4 principles, I disconnect myself from all your drama and your anxiety, but I also have an easier time in my life, because the more people that you love, and the more loving you can be towards people, even people that don't like you, the easier your life is going to be. Because if there's one thing for sure, It's other people, and we share the world with these people. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to start clearing. So people want to tell me their stories about why they aren't powerful. What their mother did, what their father did, what their ex-husband or wife did, someone at work, their boss maybe. And then in my healing work, I always stop them. I always stop them and tell them that I don't need the story, but I want to go further into that right now, okay? So I don't need people's backstory. I don't need your backstory of how you got here. Yeah, Jen says, George Carlin's my favorite comedian spectator of all time. And that's why comedy is so funny, because really what it is commentary on the human race. And it is funny. And the higher you can have as a vantage point, the more you can love them. And the more you can love them and have compassion for them, the better. Okay, so all that matters is I don't need to know how you arrived here, but just you are here, okay? And all that matters is right here and right now. So right here, right now, you're right here now. And then where do you want to be? Where do you want to get to? Okay? So if you're here on this page with me and these people, either you want to raise your vibration. Hold on. Right? You either want to raise your vibration so that you're able to enjoy your life more, or at least reduce pain, anxiety, reducing resistance in some way, shape, or form. So either you're here to reduce resistance, enjoy your life more, feel better. Basically, you just want to feel better. Or you want to be on here to make fun of me and everything I'm saying, which is also fine. So even if you're here just to make fun of me and like laugh at me and, drink a shot every time I say energy or highest and holiest source creator energy, you can use me as a drinking game if you like. But even if you're doing that, even if you're just here to make fun of me, I still bless, forgive, respect your free will choice, and love you. All right? So how can I love the people in both groups equally? How can I bless, forgive, respect, and love the people who want to make fun of me the same amount that I bless, forgive, respect, and love the people who want to listen and follow these steps to feel better, right? How can I? Because I'm not attached to what you or anyone else does on their path, okay? Otherwise, if I was attached to what you or anyone else is doing, then that would mean I don't respect your free will, okay? Now, I do enjoy engaging with other renegade yogis and people who are raising their vibration. I enjoy interacting with people like you guys more, and people who are lowering their vibration or not raising their vibration, or have no intention of raising it. I still love them. I just choose not to spend moments of my life engaging with them. But even someone with a very low vibration who has the desire to raise their vibration, even if it's very low vibration, they're still rising. If their intention is to raise their vibration, they're rising. And so I can still relate. There's still a resonance. There's still a vibratory resonance between me and a person who's rising. Because there are people who are spiraling down. All right. So if you are new and you haven't heard me, so burping and yawning are very clearing. All right, so there's people who recently joined, your shoulders are really tight. So everybody take a deep breath in through your nose. You could squeeze your shoulders up next to your head, squeeze them really hard, and then push them back and down, and exhale. I release what doesn't serve me. Okay, so inhale through your nose. Big belly. Good. Big belly breathing. So the higher your level of consciousness, okay, the higher your level of consciousness, the better you're going to be at creating what you do actually want in your life. Okay, inhale through your nose. Squeeze your shoulders up, back, and down, and exhale. When you breathe in, fill your belly, big belly. All right, so breathe in through your nose. Big belly, push your shoulders back and down. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Push your stomach down into the ground. That's going to help you ground also. Good. So I'll be reminding you. And again, if you didn't hear me, this is not a sit still type thing. You may yawn. Your eyes may tear. My eyes are tearing. There's a good burp. Oh. So meditating doesn't have to be like the cartoon characters, the way they do it. Meditating is just, as much as possible, fully doing what you're already doing. I love the irony of how meditating looks like you're doing nothing, because doing nothing is so much harder than doing something. And I was just telling someone the story of this woman who was trying to, I was in this training for warriors thing with my friend, and one of the people in charge of it kept trying to make me come to these extracurricular activities, and I kept saying no, and she was like irritated by my non-participation, and I told her, that I have to meditate, and she says, well, I'm busy. I said, well, I choose not to make myself busy. And so she assumed that I was lazy. But if I don't meditate, and if I don't take the time, because meditation is hard work. Anyone who's ever tried to set a New Year's resolution to meditate, it's not easy to do nothing, especially when we have all these devices that can entertain us constantly. So meditation is work. It's harder to do nothing than it is to distract yourself with so many different ways to distract yourself. Okay. So people who cling to their beliefs, and then they want to fight me to hold their beliefs and perceptions, I can just walk away from those people. I don't need to engage with them, like the woman who, basically thinks meditation is doing nothing and that I was lazy. That's perfectly fine. I respect her free will choice to roll her eyes at me and think that I'm lazy and think that I'm doing nothing, when I know it doesn't matter what she believes. And there's no amount of talking that I can do to help her understand what I'm actually doing. And I also know that where her vibration is and where her beliefs are, they're very solid. And she's good. She's good with them. Not everybody's going to want to do this, what we're doing. So I really appreciate you guys all being here. A lot of you who come every week, it's you're getting the momentum. So the more often you come, and then also, if you didn't hear, this is a quantum healing, so you can use this video anytime. You're still going to get a healing. All right, so I'm just going to sweep people out. I'm just going to clear out from your physical body, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual planes of existence. So basically, there's 4 planes of existence. If your physical, mental, and emotional planes of existence are perfectly clear, the spiritual one just takes care of itself because you're just more present. You old people who have a lot of pain, they don't have the time to screw around with picking nicey nice words, so they're just, they're crotchety. But if you've ever had body pain, then you understand how they're just like, I'm just gonna say it like it is, because their focus is on their pain. So they're feeling pain, and so there's energy going to the physical plane. But if all the physical, mental, and if you're really angry, you're really emotionally, messed up, your energy's going to that. And so you don't have time for this or that. I don't have time. Or if your heart's broken and you're down, you've got energy going to that. So imagine if your physical, mental, and emotional planes of existence are clean and clear, it opens you to have a spiritual existence, to connect with your spiritual existence. And that's where the yogi part of this whole thing comes from, is so karmic yoga is just walking, moving through your life, being in your life, and holding the belief that everything that's happening is happening for me, not to me. It's happening in my highest best interest. So it's basically like you trust that your soul created this incredible adventure for you before you came in to this spacesuit, whatever color, whatever gender, and wherever you were born on the whole planet, your soul prepared this amazing adventure. And it's like a roller coaster in the dark. It's like you just are born and you get on that roller coaster, and then you go into the dark, and the roller coaster goes up and it goes down and it curves around, and you have no idea what's coming. But if you can use your life as a karmic yoga existence and just trust that the track is there, I can't see it, but my soul set this up. So and here's another expression. Your soul is attached to the lesson, not the classroom. So if you've ever known someone that you're friends with that dates someone or marries them, gets rid of them, and then their new relationship starts to look like their old relationship that they left. That's like an example. The soul is attached to the lesson, not the classroom. So the spouse or the boyfriend is the classroom. The soul's trying to learn the lesson, and you can leave that classroom, but the next classroom you go into, the same lesson is going to be taught. But it's not just with people, And then through the law of attraction, we get to see what we're creating. So I was a minister in a wedding yesterday, and on the way to the venue, all these things were happening that were not fun for me. It's just very not ideal. And I'm like, okay, one thing after another is going wrong, So my ego must be in charge. So my ego's in charge, and it's creating this story in my head that I was afraid I would be late, right? I was afraid I was going to be late, so all these things are delaying me. And it was like the third or fourth thing, and I said, all right. So my ego mind is holding this story of I'm going to be late, or I might be late, I'm afraid I'm going to be late, or whatever. And now, after 68 seconds of holding that thought, I'm vibrating at that frequency, and I'm bringing things in to make me late. And once I become aware of that, I say, oh, all right, let me change my mind. My teacher used to say, change your mind. You change your mind, because it all starts in the mind. Like George Harrison and the Yellow Submarine, it's all in the mind. So what's happening externally to me shows me what I'm holding internally, and I'm a vibrational match for it. So it's not that I had a friend who's like, God hates me, God hates me. That's what he used to say all the time. When anything bad happened to him, God hates me, God hates me. And it's not that, it's just that you're a vibrational match for crap. When you're holding crappy thoughts and your energy's crappy, you're a vibrational match with more crap. So when you realize there's a lot of crap happening, I must be a vibrational match for crap. How can I raise my vibration to a higher level, like joy, love? But joy, I think, is easiest because you just start thinking about things that make you happy, things that make you joyful. And after 68 seconds of thinking, this is great, or if you can't do it with your own mind, you can watch like puppy videos or something, bunnies, puppies, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you happy for at least 68 seconds. It's going to help you raise your vibration so that you can become a vibrational match for better things. All right. So back to my little notes. So people who cling to their beliefs and want to fight me to hold their beliefs and perceptions, I can just walk away from those people. I'm not going to have an effect anyway. And if I do have an effect, I'm going to have to put far too much energy into those people, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I taught my kids since they were tiny, don't get mad at ignorant people. They just don't know. So, well, luckily I can feel when someone's just not getting it or they're not going to get it. So I can just walk away. There's no point. When I use my energy, I have to try not to get through to someone who isn't awake enough to take in the information. It's my own attachment to being heard or getting my point across. So if someone's not going to get it, if I'm attached to them understanding what I'm trying to say or understanding my point of view, I could be attached to my own being heard point of view or getting my point across or making that person think like me. And then I see this all the time. I love Twitter. It's so funny and fun because you see people getting mad at other people for doing, and they're doing exactly what they're saying the other person's, what they think they're calling. They think they're calling someone out for doing something, and while they're calling that person out, they're doing exactly that same less than loving behavior, non-loving behavior. So Gandhi said, okay, shoulders back and down. Gandhi said, love the sinner, hate the sin. But Gandhi was dealing with a lower vibrational group then. So now we have a higher vibrational group. So we don't even need to use the H word. We can just say, love the sinner, don't love the sin. So we don't need an opposite. If you just let love be all there is, it's like the yin yang, black and white. Neither one's better than the other. You may prefer one over the other, right? Sometimes you may prefer the white, sometimes you may prefer the black, right? But neither one is bad. They're both just contrast so that you can see the other one. So you need them both to see them. So without the contrast, neither one is seen. Okay, so that's the same with loving and non-loving behavior. One's love, one's non-love. So it's like there's nothing but love, that's all there is. But one's love and one's non-love, just to provide the contrast so we can see both. Anyway, and then, but judging good or bad, any judgment creates resistance. So if you judge something as good, you need it to stay good. If you judge something as bad, it's going to cause you resistance and pain right away. Okay, breathe in through your nose, fill up your big belly. Slowly exhale through your mouth, push your stomach down. Push your stomach down into the ground to ground. And always, always, always in the big white spotlight. So there are probably people that listen to me doing these things that really don't understand what I'm saying a good part of the time, but they still have the intention of feeling better, raising their vibration, but feeling better. So anytime you raise your vibration, you're going to feel better. So if you're unaware, enlightenment is 700 and above. Enlightened masters are 1000 level vibration. And then peace, love, and joy are 5 and 600 range. And then fear is 100. Fear is 100, so low. And then shame is 20. That's the lowest measured vibration that I'm aware of, is shame, 20. And then guilt is 50. So when they were pulling this white male guilt thing, they were trying to get a substantial part of our population of white males to feel guilty, which lowers their vibration to 50. Oh, so gross. 50. That's my judgment. Gross. Sorry. I take that back. Cancel. But imagine if all the white males in our country alone felt the guilt that some people were trying to put on them, how low our collective vibration would go. I mean, it's not going to happen. They're not going to get that many people to do it, because some people are like, wait a second, this doesn't feel good. But Donald Sutherland had that going on, and he was sharing that. Helen Mirren made him feel guilt for, and I don't know if she was just messing with him, but anyway, it doesn't serve anybody. Guilt doesn't serve anyone. So please, at least raise your vibration as much as you can to joy. Stay joyful. I mean, you're going to have to deal with whatever happens to you, but you can always watch a puppy video or bunny videos. Plenty of them out there. And fear is 100 level vibration. So if you notice, like television, the news, they like to make people fearful. And when you're in fear, because as a human being, loving and non-loving. So the physical plane is very cool. The physical plane was set up as a dualistic place to provide ease for your little divine spark of consciousness to play in the world. So it's just for ease. Black and white. It's just for ease. Black and white together make gray. But everything is more colorful when you just allow people to have their own experience and have their own perceptions, and they share their experiences. Okay, so this is about power. Okay. So people want to tell me their stories of why they're not powerful. They want to tell me their stories of who took their power. This happened to me. She did that. He did that. That's why I'm not more powerful. Okay? And that's because of their own attachment. Their stories are their own attachment to not being powerful. So you always have the choice to allow yourself to be powerful or to be attached to a story that you are allowing to, you're hiding behind it so that you don't have to be powerful. It's funny that people aren't more attached to their power. And there's an expression people say, giving your power away. They give their power away. But even if that's true that you give your power away, you're giving it to someone who can't use it. It's like they are not able to take it and use it. Everybody has more than enough of their own power. So no one else can use your power. But what happens is people give their power away to other people, and then they get mad at them for taking it. Okay, someone's getting that. I can feel that dropping in. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Big belly. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Push your shoulders back and down. Push your stomach down into the ground. Imagine your stomach going down into the ground. That grounds you. And I know that your ego is not happy with what I just said. And so people can get triggered. Well, there's two things that's happening right now. Some people are getting triggered, and then some people are like, wait a minute. I don't know what she just said. So I'm going to say it one more time. Okay. So we give our power away to someone, and then we can get mad. Then our ego minds tell us a story, and we get mad at that person for taking our power. But we gave it, and then we get mad at them for taking it. But what's really happening is we don't want the responsibility of being powerful. Good. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Just relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. And if you could put a gentle smile on your face. And what that does when you smile, it's going to reduce resistance. And remember to let your body move if your body needs to move a little here or there. This is not a sit still type of thing. Good. 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 It's a little scary. I feel a little bit of ego fear. So, what we do here, I'm not going to take away ego defenses without giving you a way to handle it. So, at this moment, go into your heart. You can put your hands over your heart. And you just, with your 100% powerful intention, I choose, and you can say it in your head or out loud, I choose to live a spirit-directed life. So you put your big, powerful spirit in charge. Good. I choose to live a spirit-directed life. And now I want you to imagine that your ego is some kind of a little animal that's probably furry that you can hold in your arm. You know, you can hold it in your arm like a little puppy or a little bunny, and you can give it any color. It doesn't have to be an actual creature that exists. You can just make the cutest, make it very cute, because the ego is not something to hate or be feared. The ego is doing its job to keep you safe, sane, and secure. Your ego is only as old as you are. Okay, so my ego mind is 47 years old, but my spirit is much, much, much older. It's quieter. It gives me, my spirit allows me to make my own choices. So I choose to put my spirit in charge. And then I know when my ego mind is running the show because I'm manifesting shit for myself. Things that I don't like. I'm not enjoying myself. I can't be. I'm judging as good or bad. So, okay. So from the top of your head, the very top of your head, all your meridians come together at a point that's dead center of the top of your head. And that's your crown chakra, the 7th chakra we use in energy healing. And you want to take that and connect up to heaven. So connect up to, if you believe in God or, you know, highest and holiest source, creator, energy, but you can connect up to heaven, whatever heaven means to you. So you're grounded from your root down to the center of the earth. And then from your heart and up through the top of your head, your crown, you're connected to heaven. So through the human being connects heaven and earth at your core, which is 2 inches below your belly button, 2 inches inside. So you can just focus on that point. Yes, good. Focusing on your core. That's where you can stay connected to heaven and earth all the time, all the time, all the time. And that's going to keep you grounded, because when you focus on your core, you're going to bring Earth's energy in through the bottoms of your feet, through your root chakra, your first chakra. And when you focus on your core, you're also going to be bringing in heaven's energy in through the top of your head, through your crown chakra. And they mix in your core. So you can imagine a spinning ball mixing heaven and earth. That's going to keep you grounded, and it's also going to keep you powerfully connected to the highest and holiest source creator energy, which is also your divine spark. That's why it feels like home. It feels like it feeds your divine spark. And then your soul, your divine spark, motors around in your physical body having experiences. And when you're able to just move around in your physical body, your spacesuit, whatever color it is, whatever gender it is, whatever language it speaks, wherever it was born on the whole entire planet, doesn't matter, but that just adds to the experience that your soul, your divine spark, set up for you to enjoy this time around. And if you can look at life as a game, and all the other humans, including your parents, including everybody close to you, they're just divine sparks in other spacesuits. And ironically, nobody belongs to each other except through the universal consciousness. We all belong to the same thing. But people are so focused on their spacesuits, and they're so focused on their ego minds are running the show, they are reacting instead of acting. Dan Millman wrote a book, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. The warrior acts and the fool reacts. Focusing on your core. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Make sure you're still breathing, allowing your body to move to release stagnant energy. And you can live like this. You can walk around like this. You don't have to just follow a video. You can get to this point by yourself just by remembering these things. So you set the intention in your heart. I now put my spirit in charge of my spirit-directed life, and give your ego some kind of an appearance. And this is going to help you, because when you're in a reactive mode, you're going to know that's just your ego and one of its ego defenses trying to keep you safe, sane, and secure. And that is its job. It keeps you safe, sane, and secure with the ego defenses that it figured out from when you were tiny. And it does that out of love for you. It does not want you to experience any pain. It doesn't want you to cry. It doesn't want you to be sad. It tells you stories of you being a victim and a hero, often in the same story. I did so much for that person, and they did this or that to me. That's your ego mind telling you a story. The same experience, your soul would have a totally different take. Your soul would say, I set up this classroom so that you could experience heartbreak. Isn't that cool? That's just part of the game. And then you feel it to release it. So in your spirit-directed life, you feel, your feelings are intuitive messages from your spirit. So your spirit lets you feel sad so that you can experience what that feels like. It's an ending. So your spirit gives you a sad feeling in your heart. It's an intuitive message. Feel your feelings to release it. So when you feel sad, you become consciously aware that you're sad, and you put your hands over your heart if you want. This is how I used to do it when I first started to understand what was happening. I'd put my hands over my heart. I'd feel my feelings of sadness and say, what is here? What is this? But so your spirit gives you sadness to feel so that you can get the experience of endings. It lets you know something's ending. Or maybe you're consciously aware that something's ending, so that you can get the last bits of morsel of experience out of whatever's ending. You can just suck the marrow out of that experience. It's ending, so that you don't wallow. And if you resist it, you can end up in depression. So when you have a feeling, you just intentionally say, I now put my spirit in charge. Good one. That's a clearing burp. I put my spirit in charge of my spirit-directed life. Feel my feelings to release them. And then your powerful spirit, you can make that out of light. So just in the center of the highest and holiest source creator energy, in the big white spotlight of God, however you want to see it, that's who's in charge. And then visualize however you made your ego, a little tiny bunny or a little tiny puppy, and you just pet it and you just say, it's okay. But just remember, you have to, everything is done with love, in love. And your ego's going to want to, react, because it's going to jump to your defense, and it's going to manipulate reality to tell you that you're a hero and or a victim, because your ego loves you so much, it doesn't want you to suffer. So your ego will manipulate reality so that you feel safe, sane, and secure. So what we see in the world now, we see people, everybody's coming, not everybody, a lot of people coming from egos, okay? And they're looking at other people coming from egos, and they're saying, why do they think like that? Why are they doing that? Why? Okay, I totally understand. I totally understand. That's just ignorance. They're asking, why do they do this? Why do they do that? But they don't really want that question answered. So they stay in an ego reaction. They stay on the spectrum. They keep fighting. Okay? And the only way to shrink the fight is for more people to leave the fight. So the more people that realize, I'm on a spectrum. Doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum. It doesn't matter. If you're on it and you want other people to think like you, you're on a spectrum. And the only way to leave that fight is to rise above that and forgive and bless. I bless the fighting. I forgive the fighting. I respect the free will choices of everyone who's fighting to fight. And I love them anyway. And I don't need that back from them. And that disconnects me from all their drama and their anxiety. And so it is. And now with a higher perspective, and I can see them. But if I let my ego mind tell me stories that they don't want to fight, I need to help them. I need to help them think like me. And I get attached to, if I allow myself to get attached to that story, they don't want to fight. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to tell one side what the other side thinks and tell the other side what the other side thinks so that I can help them stop fighting. Now your energy is added to the fight. So you're back in the fight, trying to keep the Hatfields and the McCoys from shooting each other. The only way to shrink the fight is to leave the fight yourself. So it's easier. This is what I mean by, I have good news. I have good news and bad news, and it's the same news. So you're only responsible for yourself. Where your mind goes, energy follows. So when people give their power away, I can give my power to a person. I can also give it to a spectrum. If I get attached to ending the fighting between the left or the right, if I get attached to that, I'm giving my power to a whole spectrum of people. I just want them to stop fighting. I'm attached to them to stop fighting. The only way is to leave that spectrum and not be attached to whatever they're doing. Good. Somebody's getting this. That's making sense to a few people. Okay, so if I think someone stole my power, that's my ego lying to me that I'm choosing to buy into so that I don't have to be responsible for my own shitty creations. So if my unhappiness is, if I let that be someone else's fault, they took my power and it's their fault that I'm unhappy. That's me giving my power to someone and then lying to myself that I gave it to someone and then getting mad at them for stealing my power. And what I'm really doing is hiding from my own power because I don't want the responsibility. So my mother-in-law, she's adorable. She's in her 80s. It's very Italian, and she was married, and she truly believes that women are supposed to just do what their husbands say. And I lovingly said, well, that worked out for you because you had a decent husband, but my grandmother had an alcoholic and all these things. Doesn't matter what the story is, right? Because it just matters where you are. I'm right here, right now, and where do I want to be? So my mother-in-law enjoyed her life as not having to be responsible for the choices. So she backed her husband up, and she thought that was a good way to go. So she liked her life that way. She enjoyed it. But she understands me now because I've lovingly shared my perspective and my experiences and my thoughts and my opinions and da-da-da-da-da with her. Now she understands. So we have a good understanding. But the thing is, some people don't want their power. They don't want the responsibility. And that is fine. I bless it. If that's how they want to live, if that's their free will choice, like my mother-in-law, her free will choice was to not be responsible for the direction that the family went, that's totally fine. Somebody's getting that. Inhale through your nose. Big belly. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. And push your belly down into the ground, grounding. The question is, do you want your power? Do you want to be responsible for what you create for yourself? Maybe you say yes, but then maybe your ego gets triggered right now. So I'm going to ask it again, because every time, so we're clearing. This is just information. Feel, there's fear coming up in some of you. Feel some fear in your heart, okay? Feel the fear in your heart, and that's okay. It's all right. That's what's there. Karmic yoga, that's just what's happening right now. So as you become aware of this information, yes, I want my power. Of course I want my power. Oh my God, what is that fear from? Oh, you don't want the responsibility. Huh, I didn't think that of myself. Okay, so if you get triggered, we're just going to work through it. So I'm just going to sweep away. I'm going to ask you again. Do you want your power? Do you want your power? Good. I'm just going to keep doing this until I stop yawning. You can put your hands over your heart. Maybe there's some stories coming into your mind. If so, just inhale deeply through your nose, big belly. Think like the Buddha, big belly. Inhale. And then slowly exhale through your mouth. Push your belly down into the ground. Becoming aware that you actually don't want your power because you don't want to be responsible for what you create is just information. It's nothing to get triggered by. If you get triggered, we're just going to move through that trigger. You may not be ready to take all your power back right this minute, but in a minute or 5 minutes or an hour, you may be ready, or days or weeks or months or years. Whatever it is, that's fine. Just becoming aware of being afraid to take on 100% of your power is just information. So I'm going to ask again. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Big belly. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders as you breathe out through your mouth and push your belly down, grounding. Do you want your power? Okay, and now I'm seeing the color yellow. Yellow is the third chakra. That's self-esteem issues. So we're just gonna, if you can put your hands over your solar plexus, that would be great. It's right below your boobs in the center of your body. And there's some fear in there, some little self-esteem issues. I don't know if I'm going to be good enough. I don't know if I'll create good enough. I don't know if I deserve. If you have issues on the left side of your body, that's usually a worthiness issue. And on the right side of your body, it's usually a strength issue. Someone on YouTube, though, it is not. Don't look at your kidneys right now as left or right. That's a different, what you have is totally different. So don't apply this. So left, generally, when we're talking about legs, arms, ears, knees especially, knees, ankles, feet, left, right. Good. 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 And so that shaky energy, shaky energy, it feels like fear, feels like, it's not anxiety though, and I want to make this clear. There's a shaky energy that some of you are feeling, and what that is this is a new paradigm. What you're learning, what it's doing is it's expanding you in a way that maybe you did not expect. And so you feel a little shaky. So I want you to just be present with that shakiness. And it's very, very cool, and it's very, very beautiful. Maybe you feel cold. So what's happening? Yes, people feel cold. Good. Oh my God, you guys are doing amazing. I freaking love you guys so much. Thank you for coming here. I love you. That shakiness, that coldness, that lets you know you're expanding. And your paradigm is growing. And you're raising your vibration. Your vibration is raising. It feels a little scary maybe, like Bambi on ice for the first time. So in hang gliding, we had the comfort zone, when you run around on the ground with your hang glider, which we call a kite, and you know you can't get hurt. You're just running around with your kite, and you're popping it up, and you're lifting your feet off the ground, and it's not scary at all. That's the comfort zone. And then as you start to climb up the hill, and you go a little higher and a little higher, you're entering into the push zone, and it gets like this feeling. There's a little shakiness, a little uneasiness. That's the push zone. And then there's the danger zone when there's fear trying to tell you to stop or don't do that. So where you are right now, if you're getting that cold and that shakiness, that's your push zone. And in the push zone, that's where you grow. So you're still safe. You're just wherever you are. You know you're in your house or wherever you are, your car, and you're safe. Oh, you're getting it. Feels so good. So this energy smoothing out, smoothing out. You're doing amazing. You're doing so good. You're in your little push zone, and I'm so proud of you. And you're growing and you're expanding your paradigm and you're raising your vibration. And so raising your vibration raises the collective vibration. So you're helping yourself and you're helping the entire world, the whole planet. As you raise your vibration, the planetary vibration rises. So thank you for doing that. Feels better. Now you may feel tired. Your ego mind will say, I'm tired. Let's just go to sleep. I'm tired. So your ego mind can pull a couple things. It can tell you that you're tired, which isn't true. It just doesn't want you to grow anymore. It doesn't like the expansion process. The ego created ego defenses, and I think of it as a box. So your ego wants you to climb back into the box where it knows it can keep you safe, sane, and secure. So your ego does a couple things. Sometimes it says, I'm really tired. You're tired. Go to bed. You're tired. Don't listen to this lady anymore. Or it can say, I'm confused. I have no idea. I have no idea what she's talking about. So those are good signs also that you're in your push zone and you're expanding and you're raising your vibration, and everything is just information. Nothing to be attached to, nothing to be afraid of. It just feels a little scary because you're expanding your paradigm. You're doing great. So I'm going to ask you again. Do you want your power? Much better. No yawning, no burping. Do you want to be responsible for what you make for yourself? For what you create? Yes, you do. Find that yes energy. So the yes energy feels good. It feels like you're sliding forward. The no energy feels like a big ox that sits down and pulls backwards. Okay, good. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you want your power? Do you want to be responsible for what you create for yourself? The thing is, the law of attraction is working constantly, whether you know about it or not. And you can create crap for yourself because you don't know. If you just know and understand the law of attraction, and then if you want your power, you can have it back anytime. You can just take it. You can just command it back, and we will do that. That triggered a little bit for people. Once you have all your power back, and then you can see that everything is just information. What do I like? I want to create more of that. What do I not like? What do I not enjoy? I want to stop creating that, or I want to discreate that story. I want to remove that belief. I want to let that belief go. I want to let that belief system go. Good, so good. So I do not care about the stories that you want to tell me about not taking your power back and not being responsible. Because everybody has stories. The important thing is that you're right here now. And what I would love to know is, where do you want to go? Don't leave the meditation to type, please. But the reason that I don't want to hear your stories is not because I don't love you. It's because I love you so much that I don't let you tell me a story that lowers both of our vibrations. It's because I know you're trying to tell me because you want to feel better. People try and vent out stories to feel better. And the stories are all different, but the result is still the same. What you talk about, what you post about, what you think about. The law of attraction, 68 seconds of whatever you're thinking about, posting about, talking about, brings more. And it's a gift because it's trying to show you what's going on. what you're a vibrational match for. And if you keep creating shit for yourself, it's because you're a vibrational match for shit. So the law of attraction is just letting you know what you're doing to yourself. Okay. Good. So now, all the crap that you went through got you here right now. That is great. So it's not just people that you give your power to and then get mad at. It's also situations and circumstances. Maybe politics and political figures are common things that people give their power to and then they get mad at it. So now let's take our power back. So I want you to see yourself standing on the earth. And remember, as you do this for yourself, you're the only one that can do this. You are the only thing that you have control over. So as you do this for yourself, it's not selfish. It's the only positive effect that you can have on the entire planet. The more people that leave the fight, the smaller the fight gets, the higher the vibration gets. So as you do this, and I do this, and everybody else who is doing this, we raise our own vibration, the vibration of the collective. One enlightened person raises the vibration of, one enlightened master, I should say, vibrating at 1,000, raises the vibration of 10 million people vibrating at 200. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. I know that was a great piece of information that makes you want to go, really? Just relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Push your belly down into the ground, grounding, getting ready. You're going to bring your power back. Stand in the center of the big, huge white spotlight. You can see yourself standing or sitting. Big white spotlight of God, the highest and holiest source, creator, energy, whatever you want to call it. And you're ready. You're going to call your power back from all directions of time, including if you believe in past lives. You're going to bring your power back. And I want to just mention fast that I had a recent healing, I guess, or conversation that someone rejecting, not wanting to be like their mom, not wanting to be like their dad. And just remember that you are divine spark and you come through your parents, but you're not your parents. They have completely different roller coasters that their soul set up for them to ride on. And so when you resist being like your mother or resist being like your father, what you're doing is you're giving energy in the form of resistance towards not wanting to be like someone. And that's not just your parents. You may see people in the world that you don't bless, forgive, respect the free will choice of, and love. You say, ugh, I don't want to be like that person. Okay. When you feel or hear yourself saying that or feeling that, remember that person is providing the contrast that you need for the law of attraction to know what feels good and what feels bad. So you know what you want to create more of and what you want to not create, what you want to discreate. So that person is just there to provide you the contrast. So if you judge them or resist them, then you're creating suffering for yourself. You judge them as bad, you resist, there's the pain. If you judge someone as good, or if you judge yourself as good, I'm good, then you resist the change, and change is the only constant, but you resist situation or circumstances changing to make you bad. So as you resist the change of something, you judge as good, as you resist the change, you create resistance. So it's more pain and suffering. It's also a waste of your energy. Okay. Standing in the center of the big white spotlight. Put your hands wherever you feel guided to, maybe over your heart. Just feel that it's white light and maybe golden light, but it may be a rainbow, like iridescent sparkle light that's pouring in above you, pouring, and it's all around you. And expand that big white spotlight. Expand that divine healing light, that pure love. Expand it in all directions. And if you find yourself questioning whether you deserve that or not, just remember, the more abundance that you can funnel in, the more you can give away. So at the top of your head, imagine a big funnel, and you're going to expand that funnel and open up to receive more of the light. So whatever you can take in, whatever you're able to receive, however much love and divine healing light that you're able to receive and bring in, you're going to be able to give that out. Okay, so you serve more people by making a bigger funnel, being a bigger funnel for abundance. You serve the world. It's not greedy. There's more than enough. But too many people's funnels are small and shrunken, and they don't deserve, and they're fearful and fine. So open to receive now in your highest best interest. I now open to receive all the blessings meant for me. I now open to receive all the abundance possible. And then you'll just give away whatever you don't need. Or want, I should say. Okay, so expanding and opening to receive and feeling safe and grounded. I now call in all my, let's do soul fragments. I call now all my soul fragments from all directions of time to me now, and they're gonna stop. You may see little pieces, you may not see anything. That's okay. So just call in all your soul fragments from all directions of time at this moment, and they will surround you. And we're going to clean them before you bring them back into your system. So you may see things showing up. And I'm asking Archangel Michael now for help. So you may see a big white or big light, a chunk of light. Or you may see an actual big angel, Michael. This makes it a lot easier, faster. All right, so all the soul fragments, as they come in, you're just going to allow them to be washed and cleaned with that white or golden light. So just like they're getting rinsed clean, washed clean. And you'll know they're clean when they're all the same color. It doesn't matter what color it is. Just allow it to be whatever color. And you may be able to see and feel that some are old, some are really old, some are you haven't had with you in a very long time. But calling all the soul fragments from all directions of time at this moment. And where your mind is, you are your divine spark. So you're a single point of consciousness right now. And the reason that you're able to be so powerful and be able to do this is because all of your focus and all of your energy, as you listen to me and the intention is set and you open to receive, your focus, mind, your focus is on a single point of consciousness. And you're able to be very powerful from this place, and you're able to command and do whatever you choose to do. All right. They should all be washed pretty clean. And now you're going to allow them in. And you're going to thank them. I see all my soul fragments. You can say this in your head. Grateful. Feel the gratitude for all of them, because there was a reason that each fragment stayed where it was. And now it's coming back because you're raising your vibration and you're in a state of grace. So these soul fragments are ready to come back. And so now, I now transmute you into peace love, and harmony. And feel the vibration. You may feel an actual vibration. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders so that you can feel this, because it's actually happening. I transmute you into peace, love, and harmony, and I reintegrate you into my oneness. And you take everything back in. Allow it to come in. Allow them, all the clean little pieces, all the little fragments. You may feel, some of them are old, some of them are young, some of them just fragmented off like last year, or like when you were 5, or in a past life. Whatever you feel, allow the experience to happen. Transmute you into peace, love, and harmony, and I now reintegrate you into my oneness. And so it is. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. And some of you need to remember to open your funnel for abundance at the top of your head, or near the top of your head. Good. And some of you have throat chakra issues. That is communication and self-expression. And I'm just going to ask that they be healed now. Could be a thyroid condition or a potential thyroid condition. Okay. All right. Soul fragments are in. Reintegrate in the oneness. Now, relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. I'm going to ask you, you don't have to say it out loud, do you want your power back? And so again, you're going to pull your power from all corners of everywhere. Bring your power back. Now, your power, let it be a color, and the color may change. And you're just going to let it come back in. And your power just automatically gets cleaned by the white light, the iridescent light, or the golden light, whatever it is, the highest and holiest source creator energy. You're just calling your power back from your single point of consciousness. And you may feel yourself grow or expand. You may feel like you're getting older in a way, or wiser, I should say, not older. You may feel a wisdom. You may feel yourself shift a little. Just allow it to be whatever it is. Keep breathing. Breathing in, and then breathe out through your mouth and push your belly down into the earth, grounding yourself. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Let your body move. Your body may need to move here or there. Good. And I now call all my power back from all directions of time. Good. So good. So proud of you. I love you. I love you so much. Take it in. Okay. Some of you are, your lower abdomen, I want to say, below your belly button anyway, is squeezed way too much. So everybody inhale and expand your lower body cavity. Expand, push out through your hips. Push out through your hips in your energy. Just energetically push out through your hips. Oh, because you were trying not to take up your space in the world. Okay, inhale again. Expand your big belly, but also push your hips way out. Push your hips way out. Good. Oh, clearing. Let's do it again. Inhale through your nose. Expand your lower body cavity. Expand. Push, push, push. Push your hips way out. Expanding, expanding, expanding. Taking up your space in the world. We need you. We need you. All the people in here doing this. The world wants you. We want your energy. We want your higher vibration. Inhale again through your nose. Push your hips out. Push, push, push. Take up your space in the whole wide world. Please take up your space in the world. You're raising your vibration. Be big. Be big, be light. Good. Let's do it again because I still feel like yawning and my eyes are still watering. Inhale through your nose. Push your belly out, push your hips out in all directions. I now take up my space in the world. Good. That's better. I'm just going to keep working on that area. So if you could just keep breathing in and expanding at your own pace, expanding your hips out. And just noticing if any fear comes up. So as a human being, on the physical plane, remember the physical plane is a dualistic adventure. Good, bad, black, white, male, female. Things are separated into twos to make it easier for your divine spark to play this game, to play and enjoy itself. Even people who don't know if they're male or female, I mean, that may be because of all the estrogen in the air, but aside from that, someone who's going through, I don't know if I'm male or female, that is one of their roller coaster turns that their soul set up. And that's a classroom that their soul, it's an experience that their soul wants them to have to learn something. It's just information. It's a challenge, just like, when you play the game Sorry and you slide back. You go down a slide and you slide backwards. So it's not, if the world tries to make the changes to accommodate things to be less dualistic, then the soul is attached to the lesson, not the classroom. The soul is going to have to look for a different classroom to teach that same lesson. Okay, so as a human being, we can only come from love or fear. So the H word is not the opposite of love. Hate is not real. Hate is fear. It's just fear in disguise. And the people who put hate has no home here signs in their yards or at their church or at their schools, through the law of attraction, they're making hate the subject of their sentence. So they're going to bring hate to themselves. That's just the way the law of attraction works. But it's not real. It's just fear. And those signs are just fear. It's just a visual representation of someone's fear, which we bless, we forgive, we respect the free will choice of someone to stay in fear, to choose fear over love. We respect that person's free will choice, and then we love them anyway. And when we can hold that energy, they have a much better chance of choosing love after that than if we try and fight them. If we react to someone else's fear energy, if we react, then we are vibrating, resonating at that fear level frequency also. So we're lowering our vibration as we engage in their fear vibration, and we lower the vibration of the collective, but we also, in reaction, we are not serving anyone in that reaction. Good. I'm just going to stay here for a sec. Just keep breathing. Breathing in. Breathing in, I open my funnel for abundance. Breathing out, I release what doesn't serve me. Whether it's a belief system that keeps me on a spectrum. Inhale, I breathe in, receive all that white light, healing your entire body. Oh God, you guys, I love you so much. And breathing out, I release what doesn't serve me. Breathing in, I open to receive healing in my highest best interest. I pull my power back to myself. I take responsibility for what I manifest and create. I also understand that everything is happening for me. It's showing me. It's just showing me. It's just information. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Push your belly down. Grounding, becoming more powerful. As you bring your power back, it's like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. And as you take on your power, as you take your power back and you step up to the responsibility, you're able to create magical things for yourself in your life. And you're able to, I promise, you're able to love people so much easier. You're not afraid of them not thinking like you. Good. You're doing good. And now in your heart, set the intention for what you want, whatever you got out of this, whatever feels good, set the intention that you work with your power and you stay present. And also, if you want to, you can make your hands like you're holding a ball in front of your heart. This is what I'm doing. And I put the entire world, the whole earth, in between my hands. And using my single point of consciousness. So using my greatest power, I'm just sweeping and cleaning and healing the whole earth. The soil, all the water of the earth and the atmosphere, but also every being, every human being, every animal, every single thing. When we leave anyone or anything out of healing the whole world, and if you don't want to do this, then you don't have to do this, but this is what I do. So if you want to do this, I don't leave anyone or anything out because I believe it's a subtle form of hatred to leave anyone or anything out because it's all connected. And so raising the vibration is raising the vibration. If I raise the vibration of someone with non-loving behavior, they're more likely to move towards more loving behavior. As their vibration rises towards love, towards peace, towards joy, it helps everyone and everything. If you want, you can just put the entire earth in light. So you're just using your hands to pour light into every nook and cranny in the entire earth. Every nook and cranny, just pouring in light, understanding that the higher the vibration and the more truth everybody sees, the more love there is, the faster we all evolve. So truth, love, evolve. You can just use your hands to pour light in to every single spot. And that light, relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. Just pour light. Light, light, light. Be light. Let yourself be light. Just be light. Be love. Pure love. Pure light. Pure love. And give that to the earth and all the inhabitants. And truth, love, evolve. With the truth and all this love, we all evolve. We see loving behavior, we see non-loving behavior. We create more of what we want. We discreate what we don't want. And we all move together in the direction towards love, peace, joy, and enlightenment. It starts with you, and you're here now, and I'm grateful for you. The only way is through you taking care of you. There's no way to peace. Peace is the way. You can't fight your way to peace. You have to be peace. You have to be loved. You have to be liked. So there's this thing that I do that's funny. I think it's funny. Somebody can say something, you know, I obviously, I don't, not everybody loves me or wants to be here. So there are people who are lowering their vibration. And so I've had a couple people be kind of nasty to me or say nasty things, or, you know, they ask a question, but it's not really a question. It's more like, you know, a statement in disguise. And the statement is not a positive one about me or what I'm doing or anything like that. And so, like I said, instead of engaging with someone like that, you could just, I just look at them and they say something, you know, a question or a statement that's not nice to me, and I'll just look at them, and I think of, you know, as I look at them, I think, all right, I bless you and your what you're doing right now. In my head, I say this, not out loud, otherwise it just gives them more ammunition. But I look at them and I say, I bless you. I bless you and how you're treating me in your head. I forgive you and how you're treating me. I respect your free will choice to treat me like crap, and I love you. So they're non-loving behavior towards me, and then I look at them and I think of these 4 principles, these tenets of renegade yogi, and then I just look at them and then I go, all right. And I don't know what it sounds like, but it is hilarious when someone's trying to make you engage and they're trying to lower your vibration, and you're like, all right, you know, like, okay. And I just turn and walk away. And it's a very funny thing. It's a very, very funny thing when someone that's trying to lower your vibration, actually, they're trying to make you react like the fool instead of act like the peaceful warrior. So the peaceful warrior, they can say whatever they want to say, and you just look at them and you decide right then and there. The peaceful warrior acts and the fool reacts. So I'm not going to engage. This person's trying to lower my vibration, and so I'm not going to act the fool. I'm just going to be a peaceful warrior, or however you want to say it. And you just think of the 4 tenets, the beliefs, the principles, okay? And I know I say remove belief systems, but the Renegade Yogi principles, the tenets, are there to get us to the place where we don't need beliefs and belief systems anymore. So these 4 principles are like a life raft to help us cross the river. And then when we cross the river, we get to the other side, then we can put the life raft down. But for now, it's easier to cross the river with a life raft of, I bless you, I forgive you, I respect your free will choice to treat me like crap, and I love you. And then you stay active and not reactive. And then it doesn't matter what they do. You just look at them and you go, all right. And then you go and do what you feel like doing. That's going to raise your vibration. So the more you raise your vibration, the more you feel and realize, when I do this, it raises my vibration because I feel better. When I do this, it lowers my vibration and I feel worse. That's the contrast. So I want to create less of what lowers my vibration, what feels bad, and I want to create more of what raises my vibration or feels good. And when you do that, and then you get the yes energy, and you feel that yes energy. All right, we're wrapping up. And now I just want to have you be grateful to yourself for coming here. I took it a lot longer than I normally do, but this is kind of a big one to bring your power back. I'm going to get my bell right here. Just focus on your heart. Focus on your heart. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Inhale through your nose. Feel how clean you feel, cleaner, and exhale slowly through your mouth. put your hands over your heart. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Good. Relax your shoulders. Relax your eyes, jaw, and shoulders. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Oh. Feel how clean you feel? You feel like clean from the inside out. Love you. So Jen says, you have said to tell people in my mind, thank you for showing me what I don't want to be for myself many times, but tonight is the first time I got it when you mentioned the contrast. Yes, so I've thought of cutting my hair really short, and then I've seen people with their hair really short, and I've said, oh, I don't want that for myself, and that's the contrast. I've seen people scream at their children at Disney. There's a woman who screamed at her daughter, you will not break me. You're welcome, Colleen. You will not break me. Sophie, you will not break me. And I'm like, oh, you're already broken. But, you know, if I judge that mom as bad, it's not serving me. She's just the contrast. Wow, sorry it was so long, you guys. It's like an hour and 50 minutes. Oh, well. I guess I'm not sorry. It is what it is, right? Guys are great. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. I'm going to stay on for what? I don't know. Oh, hearts. Oh, I love that. I love those hearts. Yay! Oh, it's so fun. Christina's first. I don't know how you're doing that. That's so cool. I just love it. You guys are freaking awesome. There's so many awesome people in the world, really. Yes, those walking, so Jennifer, those walking billboards are necessary, doing their own divine spark roller coaster. Right, there are teachers. So what we resist persists. Those people are teaching us. Always. But we also hate in others what we deny in ourselves. So, like this woman who was self-righteous, I didn't think I was self-righteous. I thought I just did the right thing. Turns out I was self-righteous. But then, oh, I love that. And it's okay to be self-righteous. But once I clear self-righteousness, once I clear the block of self-righteousness, now I have compassion for people who are self-righteous. But I had to go through it first. So I had to... What was that? Oh. It's just cool. It's all cool. Like, this whole thing, life is just, you know... Life is just a game. I remember... So I talk to dead people. Thanks, Jen. Sorry it's long, huh? Woo! You guys stayed right with it, but I couldn't make it any shorter. You know, power is a funny thing. I have to get people ready to get their power back before they can do it. I think we lost a bunch of people, though. That's all right. Not everybody's going to be able to do this, you know. It's not easy. Ah, love that. You little thumbers uppers. Oh, I'm gonna I'll just let it run out. That is cool. You guys are the best. You're just the best. Thank you guys for being in the world with me and doing this stuff with me and all the momentum that you're getting and that I'm getting, and it's getting, hopefully it's getting easier for you guys. This is cool, man. Oh. Oh. Hey, oh, love you. Love you, Walter. Hey, Jen, do you think that maybe when you were younger that your mom or someone said something like about smokers uh, ruining the air for everybody, or something um, something about smokers being like I don't know. Did someone give you some kind of a belief?